Killing gentle pads, touches, soft atmospheric effects. Like the constant elements like shakers, soft hi-hats, emerge. Introduce faint vocal whispers, forgetting and singing, naturals, following percussion and subtle kick. Layer melodic sense and elevate light vocal phrases or airy vocal jot. Tension and emotion, rising filters, leaves, subtle risers, and enhanced anticipation. Through tropical deep house groove with warm side chains, bassline and melodic sense. Vocals smooth, airy and uplifting, flipping over the emotion. Percussion is crisp but soft enough to maintain a relaxed melodic feel. Strip percussion to minimal kick or soft hi-hats. Highlight vocals, melodic arcs, and ambient pads.
Introduce fame, ambient text, you only won't build up. Green game, rainbow, moon, and provoke it. Introduce full tropical pads, and gentle boots in face for one. Bassline, melodic sense and subtle echo in the fair.
With heavy pads and soft fuzzies, that subtle city like vacuum textures and soft reverb effects like percussion from metallic taps gradually emerge. Introduce a gentle kick, rolling hi-hats and the poached synth lines. Vocal loads of soft whispers appear, creating a moody, immersive atmosphere. Subtle rises or filter sweeps at tension. Drop deep house rhythm with smooth side chain, bassline and melodic synth. Both should be echoing, emotional and slightly haunting. Percussion stays groovy but minimal, letting melodic elements shine. Natural good tides and soft filtered sense. That subtle city like background textures of soft reverb effects. Thoughts like percussion or metallic taps gradually emerge. You sparse heavy pads in distant city like atmospherics. Introduce the filtered sub bass slowly rising. Add subtle metallic brushstrokes, some soft reverberated vocal whispers like hello, can you hear me? Layer in a gentle kick, hi-hats and soft rising sips. Include glitchy vocal sub bass slowly rising. Add subtle metallic brushstrokes and soft reverberated vocal whispers like hello, can you hear me? Float up like a house drop with deep highness and soft rising synths. Include glitchy vocal sub bass slowly rising. Add subtle metallic brushstrokes and soft reverberated vocal whispers like whispers like whispers like whispers like drop melodic house drop with deep bassline and side G. These include glitchy vocal sub bass slowly rises, reflecting tension. Tension's fragile, looking moody. Stripped down to atmospheric pad, minimal percussion and labels. Add soft solos and rhythms to create space. Symbols should be processed with reverb and echo, maintaining a haunting, moody vibe. Rising synth sweep with intensifying side chain rhythm. Include vocal tones and booms to create spaces building. Swiss notes from silence before final drop to maximize impact. Final drop. Return full deep house arrangement with emotional melodic synth track and pitchland. Eating step, atmospheric ambient. Introduce subtle partials like saxo, chorus, or hi-hats. Faint vocal whispers or airy effects to create a dreamy, ethereal mood. Gradually add rolling percussion, gentle kick and melodic chord. Soft vocal phrases appear, echoing emotional or uplifting words. Introduce light filter sweeps or risers to build anticipation for the drop. Main groove. A melodic deep house drop with walks, chain bassline and lush synth layers. Vocals are airy and melodic echoing over the groove. Plucked leads and an atmospheric pats emphasize the tropical uplifting mood. Percussion is crisp but balanced. Begin with atmospheric pads and subtle synth text. Add soft percussive elements like claps, hi-hats, and filtered kick. Introduce airy vocal effects, whispers. Take me there to set the mood. Build up, gradually increase percussion intensity with rolling snares and hi-hats. Layer melodic synth stabs or chord progressions. Percussion swings, rising filter sweeps and subtle risers to build tension. Full deep house groove, a sidechain groovy bassline and driving kick. Prominent soulful female vocals, melodic synth. Synth stabs and pads enhance melodic depth. Percussion is crisp and rhythmic, maintaining strong dance floor energy. Build up, gradually increase percussion intensity with rolling snares and hi-hats. Layer melodic synth stabs or chord progressions. Use rising filter sweeps and subtle risers to build tension. Drill tension. Start with atmospheric pads and subtle filtered synths. Soft percussion like shakers or gentle hi-hats gradually emerge. Faint ambient effects to create a warm, inviting vibe. Build up, introduce a rolling kick and step pattern. Layer melodic synth stabs and chord progressions. Add vocal chops or soft whispers, echoing phrases like asking. Rising filter sweep to build tension toward the drop. Full deep house drop to punch, sidechain bassline vocals, clear, soulful and emotional. Melodic synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Strip back percussion to minimal kick and subtle hi-hats. Highlight vocals with reverb delay floating over lush pads. Light melodic bursts enhance the reflective mood. Second, build up, reintroduce rising synths and percussion intensity. Vocal chops or stuttered phrases build anticipation for final drop, climax. With tuneful arrangement with deep bass, melodic synths and layered vocals. Keep energy smooth but emotional, maintaining groove and club readiness. Gradually strip layers, leaving pads and soft melodic elements. Full deep house drop to punch, sidechain bassline vocals, clear, soulful and emotional. Melodic synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Drop groovy house drop with punchy sidechain bassline. Vocals clear, soulful and emotional. Vocal line, guide synth beats complement the vocal line. Percussion stays groovy and supports the melodic structure. Strip back percussion to minimal kick and subtle hi-hats. Highlight vocals with reverb delay floating over lush pads. Light melodic bursts enhance the reflective mood. Second, build up, reintroduce rising synths and percussion intensity. counter syncopated with bass, subtle deep bass under vocals. Low tension with layered pads and muted bass line. Clap hi-hat groove slowly opens. Drop house groove hits repetitive rolling bass line. Side chain to kick. Clap hi-hat groove slowly opens. Full deep house groove hits. Hypnotic rolling bass line. Side chain to kick. Rap hi-hat locked in 4x4 rhythm. Stripped down to vocal. That sustained mood underneath. Light percussion keeps flow alive. Builds again with extra risers, fluctuating with arms for lift. Drop top of emotional pause. Re-intro with bass sweeps, preparing final hit. Last drop with maximum groove. Bassline plucks, folks slowly filter out kick plucks. Ends with vocal echo fading. Drop with extra synth layers. Vocal left, brighter drop with extra raiders. Flow loop out, steric, ropheric, reverb pad. Kick drops out for emotional pause. Emotional pause. Drop off for rhythm. Drop off for rhythm. Drop off for rhythm. Low filtered kick keeps the pulse. Minimal percussion, rim hits, hi-hats. Whispery vocal atmosphere filtered in subtle effects. Reverb tails, final crackle. Deep bassline enters, full and repetitive groove. Vocal starts soft, dark, hypnotic, Helderberg style. Percussion layers, hi-hat ticks, chords are minimal, mostly atmospheric. Compression intensifies, rolls, vocal repeat the loop, with delay. Filter sweep on bass and pads. Subtle rise, white noise, rise, it blends into first drop. Full deep house groove kicks in, punchy deep, kick tight, back roll, sub bass, but minimal plucks and hits. So purple democracy becoming part of the beat. Dark hypnotic atmosphere. Breakdown, strip down beats, vocal isolated, whisper with delay. That's fading, drone, dark minimal, green arcs, turns with more energy. Extra percussive layers, bass hits stronger, so wide and stereo. Vocals out into rhythm textures, minimal spacey section. Minimal spacey section, add the vocal X only. Vocal groove comes back one last time. Full bassline, roots now. Slowly filtered out until only kick vocal remain. Ends on sub bass fade out.
Warm, the feedback slowly fading in. Subtle vinyl crackle, soft white noise with texture. Minimal kick, faint hi-hats introduce. Local chop or ambient vocal phrase teased is in. Deep rolling sub bass enters. Shimmering books, echo in stereo. Light percussion, soft freight. Rising filter sweeps and reverb tails act anticipation. Driving with minimal 4 kick pattern. Smooth side chain pad layers under vocal atmospheric hit ice. Bass, full deep house groove locked in. sweeps the bass away. Tension builds with reversed effects and rising arcs. Build a kick theme, hi-hats introducing. Build roll it so bass enters. Roll it so bass enters. Chillout, black layers, atmospheric packs, line, powerful bassline, vocal hub, big fest and the house moments, elements make into bass rising, cat and song sustain, pat, atmospheric tail, kill, 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 kill. Elements being agile bar, having with minimal 4/4 kick pattern, smooth side chain, pad layers under vocal, atmospheric F packs, bass, drop one deep house groove, locked in, unmuted kick, deep sub bass groove, warm plucks in lush pads, in stereo view, vocal percussion vibe, right pads and ambient texture, strip everything down, vocal pop-ups in lush pads, in stereo view, vocal emotional vibe, right down in ambient texture, strip everything down, vocal pads filter sweeps the bass away, tension builds with reversed effects and rising arcs. Build to a kick face rising, vocal. White noise sweet feels anticipation. Drop to melodic, block lays antiphoric tails. More powerful bass line, vocal chop layered with original vocal fruit. While immense filter bass rising. Vocal chop repeats with new quick house moment.
Warm atmospheric trance slowly fading in. Subtle variable echo, soft white noise, full texture. Minimal kick, fade, hi-hats introduce. Deep rolling sub bass enters, shimmering plucks echoing stereo. Light percussion, soft white groove. Rising filter sweeps the reverb, tails like anticipation. Trying button and roll forward, full kick patterns, smooth side chain pad layers in the vocal, atmospheric effects. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Bouncy, muted kick, deep sub bass groove. Warm plucks in lush pads, fill a stereo field. Vocal hook, great but emotional vibe. Break down to ambient texture, strip everything down. Low pass filter sweeps the bass away. Tension builds with reversed effects and rising arcs. Build wall like festival, ready, deep house moment. Bounce and sustained bass enters, shimmering plucks echoing stereo. Light percussion, soft white groove. Rising filter sweeps the reverb, tails like anticipation. Driving but minimal 4/4 kick pattern, smooth side chain pad layers under vocal, atmospheric groove. Rising filter sweeps and reverb, tails anticipation. Drop one deep house groove locked in. 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 Bouncy, muted kick, deep sub bass groove. Warm plucks and plush pads, fill a stereo field. Vocal hook, great but emotional vibe. Break down to ambient texture, strip everything down. Full pass filter sweeps the bass away. Tension builds with reversed effects and rising arcs. Build wall like festival, ready, deep house moment. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Drop one deep house groove locked in.
sub bass enters, shimmering plucks echoing stereo, light percussion, soft white groove. Rising filter sweeps the reverb, tails like anticipation. Driving button and roll for full kick patterns, side chain pad layers in the vocal, atmosphere and effects. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Bouncy, unit kick, deep sub bass groove. Warm touch, still flush pads, fill a stereo field. Vocal hook, great but emotional vibe. Breakdown to ambient texture, strip everything down. Low pass filter sweeps the bass away. Tension builds with reversed effects and rising ups. Build wall like festival, ready, deep house moment. Bounce and sustain bass enters, shimmering plucks echoing stereo, light percussion, soft white groove. Rising filter sweeps the reverb, tails like anticipation. Driving but minimal 4/4 kick pattern, smooth side chain pad layers under vocal, atmospheric groove. Rising filter sweeps and reverb, tails anticipation. Drop one deep house groove locked in. 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 Bouncy, unit kick, deep sub bass groove. Warm touch, still flush pads, fill a stereo field. Vocal hook, great but emotional vibe. Breakdown to ambient texture, strip everything down. Low pass filter sweeps the bass away. Tension builds with reversed effects and rising ups. Build wall like festival, ready, deep house moment. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Drop one deep house groove locked in. Drop one deep house groove locked in.
Gentle path, filter to play. Distant tropical percussion. Soft those loves, nonsense. Reverb, heavy atmosphere. Almost cinematic. Kicks off the enters and to me. Soulful male vocal begins. Emotional smooth. Minimal percussion. Soft cool, soft balls. Deep sub bass rolling quietly underneath them tutus. Energy builds with layered percussion. Tropical plucks appear in bad bullets. It's warm emotional range. Rising sweet effect prepares the drum. Drop one go deep house groove hits. Steel drum rumble pluck melody. Rolling bass line simple 4x4 kick. White pads filling stereo field. Shake and clap groove to drive rhythm. Full tropical deep house groove hits. Still drumming on the plug money. Rolling bassline synced with 4x4 kick. White pads filling stereo field. Shake and clap groove to drive rhythm. Vocals echoing back groove with the passion. Drops and doubles simple feel for tension. Bigger and brighter than drop one. More percussion layers on bars. Vocal fills fade echo finds no hook. Harmony standing with extra harmonies. Only vocal hours in their pad. Big reverb, emotional percussion, we return. Fully filtered, fade out with plug and cookies. Energy builds with layered percussion. Drop the plugs, deep house beat return. Drop the bullets, full deep house beat return. Vocal lips slowly filtered, fade out with plug echo bass drop off. Full tropical with layered percussion. Steel drum, steel vocal plug melody with softer elements. Full
Tropical tops groove that group both by four kick. Wide pads, filling stereo field. Shake a clap groove to drive rhythm. Full tropical deep house groove hits. Steel drum and pop pop melody. Rolling bassline sync to 4x4 kick. Wide pads, filling stereo field. Shake a clap groove to drive rhythm. Vocals echo and pop pop. The metronomic chords hit continues for groove but softer elements. Tropical pads create warmth. Or percussion layers, bumbles. Vocals echoing the warmth to atmosphere. A bold sicker on an extra harmonies. Only vocals become more emotional and layered. Dance as well with filter automation. Percussion doubles tempo, feel for tension. Drop 2, bit brighter than drop 1. More percussion layers, layers. Fully filtered layers.
Soft pad chords faded in, warm and now lost in fit. Minimal deep kick like percussion. Subtle vocal atmosphere whispering in the about. Slowly introduces groove. Warm plug synth arpeggio enters classic deep house. Driving bassline syncs with deep kick. Atmosphere effect sweeps emotion. Vocal start calm, emotional, slightly distant reverb. One function layers build tension. Vocal rises in intensity. We're riding on ocean drive. Filtered snare rolls, was riser effects. Low pass filter opens on chords. Drop 150 house groove kicks in. Punchy deep kick kick. Tight clap snare. Rolling sub bass with smooth groove. Lead plug synth stops at melody. Energy reduces slightly. Bass filters down. Vocals lead the section with minimal backing. Wireless fill, no buses. Slight at melody, subtle delay. Effects keep hypnotic mood. Drop 2 volt groove, more percussion layers. Bassline stronger, stereo widen. Extra synth, late night energy. Cinematic feel, break those only stripped out bass. Motion wave effects or ambient textures. Build tension for final groove. Return of deep bass from melody. Not too intention, progression not too intense. Slowly fade, elements out, ends with echoing path.
Deep house drop with sidechain bassline and layered synth leads. Elliot Gold, Deo delay, or atmospheric effects on immersive set. We introduce the color and such a rising synths.
with soft band pads and gentle synths. Introduce light percussive elements like hi-hats or soft claps. Add faint, airy vocal whispers or effects. Love me now, to set a reflective mood. Build up, gradually add a rolling kick, so snare and melodic synths. Layer vocal chops echoing main phrases. Rising filter sweeps or soft risers, crazy anticipation for the drop, main groove. Full deep house drop with smooth side chain bass line. Melodic synth leads complement mid-range version maintains a groovy rhythm without overpowering the melody. Vocals are emotional, airy, and slightly haunting, enhancing the track's depth. Strip percussion to minimal kick and soft hi-hats. Emphasize vocals and melodic. Add subtle reverb, delay, or ambient effects to create spacious cinematic atmosphere. Second build-up, reintroduce percussion and slate numerous synths and echoing vocals. Build up, return full arrangement with deep bass line, melodic synth waves and layers. Keep your energy smooth and emotional, ideal for club or late night listening. Gradually strip back layers, leaving paths and echoing vocals, and calm, reflective, immersive, deep house atmosphere. Gradually strip back layers, leaving paths and echoing vocals, and with calm, reflective, immersive, deep house atmosphere. Begin with warm ambient pads and soft blood-centered hi-hats. Include faint vocal whispers, airy F blessings to set a reflective and uplifting mood. Gradually layer rolling kick, snare and hi-hats. Add melodic chord stabs and gentle synth layers. Include vocals or echoing phrases to build anticipation. Use subtle filter sweeps or rises to enhance tension toward the drop. Full deep house drop with smooth side chain bass line and melodic synth leads. Silver wood dockers for the beat arrangement. Percussion maintains a steady groove, complementing melodic and emotional elements. Strip percussion to minimal kick or soft hi-hats. Highlight vocals, melodic ups, and atmospheric paths. Add soft reverb, delay, or ambient effects to enhance spaciousness and emotion. Second build up, reintroduce rising synths, percussion. Build tension for the final drop with filter sweeps and subtle effects. Final drop, return full arrangement with driving side chain bass, layer, melodic synths, and emotion lifting, smooth and groovy for both club and festival settings.
Start with soft atmosphere, double synth and light percussion. Intro boys, no bro boys. To set place, to set a place. Evolving kicks, snare kicks, hi-hats. Layer melodic chord stabs and synth steps. Vocal accompaniment will create anticipation. Rising filter sweeps for soft rises, enhanced tension for the drop. Deep house groove, side chain bass line and driving percussion. Vocals will give that energy without overpowering the vocal. Percussion maintains a groovy rhythm ideal for the dance floor. Strip percussion with the minimal kick and soft hi-hats. Emphasize vocals and melodic synths and subtle ambient effects. Reverb or delay for spacious design. Simple build up, reintroduce percussion beats. Rising synths and vocal sweeps and effects. Final full vocal sweeps and effects. Final drop on ice. Rookie and catch with the loops of set. Gradually strip back layers. Leaving paths, blood synths and echoing vocals. And smooth reflective vector. Front deep house stops.
Begin with soft atmospheric pads, light percussion, and gentle synths.
Every vocal whispers, you're making me high, you're making me high. To set a playful, inviting mood. Introduce rolling kick, snare, crisp hi-hats. Layer melodic synth stabs and chord progressions. Include build chops, echoing the main hook. Rising filter sweeps, the subtle rises, create anticipation for the drop. Full deep
house groove, sidechain groovy basslines, so the people take center stage. The kooky synth elements and melodic beats complement the vocal rings. The percussion remains energetic but not overpowering, maintaining dance floor energy. Punch direction to minimal kick or hi-hats, highlight vocals and melodic synths. Every verb delay or solo ambient effects to create special space. Second build up, rules, rattles, rising synths in the voc-ups. Build tension towards final drop with subtle filter sweeps. Final drop, return full arrangement with groove and bassline, melodic synth players and layered vocal. Keep energy fun, upbeat and funky, perfect for clubs or late night parties.
Digital strip layers, leaving
Begin with atmosphere and add soft synths and subtle futuristic effect. Introduce faithful jumps, whispers Tesla to set an energetic modern light hi-hats, so filtered percussion we enter. Build up that rolling kick, snare and hi-hats to build rhythm. Layer melodic synth stabs with sidechain effects. Rising filter sweeps and soft rises and creep anticipation toward the drop. In groove, full progressive deep house drop with groovy sidechain bassline and melodic synth plays. Vote over the arrangement. Reduce percussion to minimal kick or hi-hats. Focus on melodic dulls, pads, and vocal chops. Add reverb, delay, or ambient effects for a spacious futuristic vibe. Second build up and gradually reintroduce the percussion, rising synths and focus sweeps and subtle effects for the final drop. Return full arrangement with driving sidechain bass layer, melodic synths and solo. Maintain energetic, futuristic and groovy vibe suitable for clubs or festival sets. Gradually strip back layers, leaving ambient pads, blunt synths and echoing vocals. And moving vogue, reflective and futuristic, deep house movement. Faint vocal whispers or effects, the less I know to set a reflective yet playful mood. Build up, re-add rolling kick, snare, and hi-hats. Layer melodic synth chords and bassline elements. Anticipation, rise before the screams, enhance tension for the drop. Full funky deep house groove, sidechain, bassline, and melodic synth. Express the vocals flow over the arrangement, playful and groovy. Percussion remains crisp, supporting the melody without overpowering it. Strip percussion to minimal kick or soft hi-hats. Emphasize melodic arms, pads, and vocal express and emotion. Second build up, and promote the play for spaciousness and motion. Second build up, introduce percussion, rising synths. Build anticipation for the final drop with filter sweeps and effects. Final drop, climax. Return full arrangement with groovy bassline, melodic synth layers, and layered vocals. Maintain playful funky energy, ideal for clubs, late night sets, or festival stages. Gradually strip layers, leaving pads, blunt synths, and echoing vocals. End on a reflective, smooth, deep house vibe. Introduce subtle percussion like light hi-hats or fake vocal effects or whispers and bass. Some bass, set a reflective inviting mood. Gradually add rolling kicks, snare and hi-hats, layer melodic synth steps and chord progressions, and rising filter sweeps and subtle rises. Build anticipation for the drop, anger, full deep house drum with sidechain, bassline and layer melodic synths. Expression maintains a steady danceable rhythm without overpowering melody. Air percussions and minimal kick or soft hi-hats. Focus on vocals and melodic. Add reverb, delay, or ambient effects for spaciousness and emotion. Second, build up. Gradually add rolling kicks, snare, and hi-hats. Play your melodic synth stabs and chord progressions. Rising filter sweeps and solos. Begin
in with airy cats, soft plucks and some subtle atmosphere immerse. Like bucks of elements, like sugars, a soft hi-hat, fully immerse. If it isn't love, if it isn't love, is that an emotional tone? Control kick and subtle snare, layer of melodic chord stabs, add full chops or echoes of the main hook. Rising filter sweep so soft risers increase tension towards the drop. Full melodic deep house groove with sidechain bassline and layered synths. Vocals are passive but soulful, carrying the main emotional theme. Percussion maintains a steady groove and rhythm, complementing the melodic elements.
Steady floor for a deep house kick, hi-hat tick.
Low filter bassline slowly fading in.
An atmospheric paths of vocal ad-libs.
Energy builds with snare clap fills.
Deep bassline rolls on a steady groove. Chords played with soft house piano where synth stabs. Vocal intensifies with repetition of the hook phrase. Turn back time. Bass slow hi-hats double up for energy. Rising white noise, sweet filtered riser. Kick filter slightly to create anticipation. Full deep house groove drops in, driving bassline synced with kick. Wide vocal hook with delay were filled.
Then the steam stir cuts and the legs build. Energy builds with bullets. Energy builds with snare clap fills. Energy builds with snare clap fills.
Kick bassline rolls on a steady groove. Chords play with soft house drums. Chords play with skirt taps. Full synth stabs. Vocal intensifies with repetition of the hook phrase. Deep bassline rolls on a steady groove. Chords play with soft house piano or synth stabs. Vocal intensifies with repetition of the hook phrase. Turn back time. Bad swell hi-hats double up for energy. Last powerful deep house groove, full bass kick figures out. Hi-hat spins with vocal phrase, hands way out. Full deep house groove drops in, driving bassline synced with kick. Turn back time. Wide vocal hook with delay were filled.
That swell hi-hats double up for energy.
Rising white noise, sweet filtered riser.
Kick filter slightly to create anticipation.
Drop one full deep house groove drops in. Driving bassline synced with kick, sidechain pumping effect. Right synth stops, claps create hands in the air moment. Dance floor ready energy. Driving bassline synced with kick, sidechain. Wide vocal hook with delayed answer. Hit filled. Steady floor for a deep house kick, hi-hat tick. Through throat to bass section.
Low filter bassline slowly fading in.
In an atmosphere of paths of vocal ad-libs. Vocal ad-libs.
Energy builds with snare clap fills.
Ends Pierre moment. Dance floor ready energy. Strip back vocal with minimal percussion. Bassline keeps steady groove, slightly filtered. Hook lightens before the next build. Bigger, fuller groove than first drop. Extra percussion layers. Vocal chopped in layers. Ryers.